Today I have given, this is the words of Moses, by the way, at 120 years old, the children of Israel. Today I have given you the choice between life and death, between blessing and curses. Now I call on heaven and earth to witness the choice that you make. Oh, that you would choose life so that you and your descendants might live. You can make this choice by loving the Lord your God, obeying him, and committing yourself firmly to him. This is the key to your life. There's just some places in scriptures where it's like, wow, circle this, put it on your mirror, put it on your refrigerator, staple it to your forehead. Do this and live. Do this and prosper. Do this and live in peace. Do this and bless your family. And I think this is one of those places. Today I've given you a choice between life and death, between blessings and curses. Now I call on heaven and earth to witness the choice that you make. All right? Oh, that you would choose life so that you and your descendants might live. You can make your choice by loving the Lord your God, obeying him, and committing yourself firmly to him. Okay? Love him, obey him, commit yourself to him. Your obedience and your commitment they're the outward active signs that you love him. I was praying for some people in my life that should still be in my life, but they canceled me. And the last several years I was in communication with them, they would say, I love you. And I would respond, but I responded reluctantly. Not because I didn't love them, it's because I didn't believe them. Because all I heard was once a year, maybe twice a year, that phrase. No actions, no communication. How do you even know somebody loves you? Well, if you love the Lord, obeying him and committing yourself firmly to him. Love is an action verb. And Moses is laying that out here. He's like, you guys want to live? You have to choose life, but you choose life by choosing God. Love the Lord God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. And then that love will compel you to love your neighbor as yourself, which is in itself an act of love unto God. So let's keep going. So this is the key to your life. And if you love and obey the Lord, you will live long in the land the Lord swore to give your ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So you will live long in the land that he promised if you will do these three things. Okay, Proverbs 12, 19 and 20. Trustful words stand the test of time, but lies are soon exposed. Deceit fills the hearts of those who plot evil, and joy fills hearts that are planning peace. Now, when Moses had finished giving these instructions to all the people of Israel, he said, I'm now 120 years old, and I am no longer able to lead you. The Lord has told me, you won't cross over into the Jordan River, but the Lord your God himself will cross over ahead of you. He will destroy the nations living there, and you will take possession of the land. Joshua will lead you across the river, just as the Lord promised. The Lord will destroy the nations living in the land, just as he destroyed Sihon and Og, the kings of the Amorites. The Lord has handed over to you the people who live there, and you must deal with them as I have commanded you. So be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not panic before them, for the Lord your God will personally go ahead of you, and he will neither fail you or abandon you. And Moses called to Joshua, and as all Israel watched, he said to him, be strong and courageous, for you will lead the people into the land of the Lord, sworn to your ancestors that he would give them. You are the one who will divide it amongst them as their grants of land. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord will personally go ahead of you. How many times, I just got through preaching that whenever it's repeated twice, that means it's significant. That I used a P word. I'm trying to remember what it is. But either way, it's important. But if he says it 3 times, it's an imperative. It's like, hello, stop, write this down. This is God's imperative to you. All right? So they're going to go into land. Yes, part of the land is full of giants. Either way, it's full of people who know they have fertile land. They have great land, and they're not going to give it up freely. But God says, I'm giving you the land. But Moses, to bestow faith and confidence them is like, understand, God The God of Israel is a God of his word. He does not lie. He fulfills his promises, and he has gone before you into the land, and he has gone before you into the land, and he has gone before you into the land. So what did you get out of this? Well, God has gone before you into the land. And if God has got into the land before you, and I think there's somebody here today, maybe like myself, who have felt like God has given us a land, but no matter how hard we've fought, we haven't quite gotten it. He's reminding us he is in the land. He's gone before you, and you just need to fight a little harder. Because they're not going to give up easily, but it's your land because God has gone before you, and he's waiting there for you in it. Like what Brian Fenimore used to say in his teaching, and that is that God has gone before you. He's done 90% of the work, but he has decided to do his work on this earth through you. So he's waiting for you to step into what he has called you to. And not only is he's waiting for you to do it, he's waiting for you where he wants you to do it. And he's got the truck backed up with everything you need to do it. So you just need to go in faith and do what God has called you to do. And this is exactly what Moses is saying to Joshua and the people of Israel. There it is, the promised land. And look at the day we live in today. Okay, you still have, all of these politicians on the global scene and the national scene who have succumbed to, the Arab mindset, to the Muslim mindset, and there's such a resurgence of anti-Semitism, it stinks. It's even resurging into the church. I got to be honest with you. I have been watching videos lately on what has happened to Mr. Tucker. And some of them have tracked it back to him doing an interview with, the few Christian leaders who are left in the Bethlehem area. But you got to understand that those who are left in the Bethlehem area are under the watchful eye, of the Muslims. And so they can't speak the truth. Whatever they say has to be what those, ruling over them want them to say. But Tucker fell for it hook, line, and sinker, and all of a sudden changed course, probably because, who knows? He was fired, he was hurt, he doesn't like Trump, a lot of people don't. But to watch him get to pivot, to get turned, and change his whole countenance, it's like, how can this happen? Well, it's the deception that takes place. It's exactly what the enemy's trying to do. And now, I can't imagine what it would be like to be in Germany say, 1940, 1938. But the shift into the Nazi regime was subtle. Sometimes we see pictures, this picture is painted of this bloodthirsty people. Maybe later, after they, were sold the world, and it's like, kill everything in your way and you will rule the world. But at first, there is a systematic plan. And one of the parts of the plan is removing Christianity. Another part of the plan is removing all guns. Turning the hearts through education. Hitler himself even changed the frequency of the A that you tune your instruments to from what had been around until then, which was very harmonic, to something that had dissonance, intentionally to stir up the young people. Well, look at America today, people. I say all this because Israel, or the Jerusalem and Israel land, the promised land that was waiting for Israel, it wasn't like, oh, we're going to roll over and play dead. They had to go take it, and it started with Jericho, and what an incredible thing, and we're going to get there soon in the next few days. And it's a perfect example of what happens when you obey God. Is Jericho strategic? Do you think that the United States is going to implement the strategy of God in taking Jericho in the battle in Iran? No. Because it's not God's plan for the Battle of Iran, but also because it's not conventional warfare. Hello, we're going to walk around the city, 1 million of us, once a day for 7 days. And on the seventh day, we're going to walk around it 7 times. Well, you can walk around it 7 times in one day. What did you do the rest of the 6 days after you walked around it once? They're watching you walk around it. They feel you walk around, and 1 million people stop on their feet. is going to, even though it's 9 foot thick walls of brick and mortar and rock, even though it's 9 foot thick, it's still going to shake with a million people walking. But one time around, and then the rest of the day, you're in your tents, and they're watching. They're like, what the heck? Did they lull them to sleep? It doesn't matter, because God made the walls fall down. Because God went before them. God has gone before you, whoever you are that needs to hear that. God has gone before you into the land that he has promised you. He's waiting for you to suck it up, to get up, to load up, to cross that river and go in and take what he has given you. But you got to walk in faith. You have to go back. And no, I'm not gonna finish April 7th, because I think this is the word God has for you. But this is what you got to do today. He's given you the choice between life or death, between blessing and curses. I mean, the negativity that's on you, the discouragement you walk in, is nobody else's responsibility but yours. Regardless of the problems you went through, or, who plotted against you, and who believed it, and it doesn't matter. Nothing in the past matters. Jesus died, and his blood was shed for what's in the past. In the famous theological words of, one of Hollywood's great theologians, Bill Murray, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Come on, everyone together. Okay, you get my point. What matters is this. Today, he's given you a choice, life or death, between blessings and curses. Now I call on heaven and earth to witness the choices you make. Oh, that you would choose life. In Jesus' name, choose life, so that you and your descendants might live. You could take back what the enemy stole from you. No, I'm not trying not to go back to Brownsville, but I'm just telling you, God is saying, take back, stand up, fight, believe in God. He's gone before you. Make your choice today. Today is a new beginning if you choose it. Stand up, take a step forward into what God has called you to do. Once again, doesn't matter how many times you fall down. Dwayne Friend, a traveling guitar evangelist of the 70s. Life's a battlefield, brother, not a recreation room. It's a fight and not a game. Run if you want to, run if you will. But I came here to stay. If I fall down, I'm going to try to get up, because I didn't start out to play. Do you get the idea? Yes, this is what Moses is motivating the people of Israel for, knowing he can't go through, but he wants his people to go through to the land promised to them. And he says this, that you would choose life. You make this choice by loving the Lord your God. God, forgive me for resenting you for anything I blame you for that has happened because of me, or because of what people have done to me, or because of life in general. Forgive me. Lord, I love you. I love you with all my heart, my soul, my mind, and my strength. And I have covenanted together with you to commit again today that I'm going to go forward and take the land that you've given to me, because that's your way. All right? That's the key to life. You love him, you obey him, you commit your life firmly to him. This is the key to your life. For I have spoken. Okay, no, fine. Moses spoke. And if you love and obey the Lord, you will live long in the land the Lord swore to give you and the ancestors of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. God has sworn to give you a land. You might not be an Israelite, but you're a child of God, which makes you New Testament. Oh, fine. Just argue about this. Chew on this and spit it out. A child of Abraham. So walk forth. Go forward into the vision. Pick it up again. It's not too late. I'm talking to people. I mean, I am 62 years old. Now, I still feel 22. Maybe not physically, but I still feel young at heart. I remember Dr. Jack Hayford saying at his 76th birthday party, I believe it was, I was at with IMF, sorry. Thank you, Mr. Dyslexic. At North Heights Lutheran, great celebration. And one of the things he said, he says, I'm convinced that Jesus was, he when he died, 30, 33, but he goes, I feel like I'm in my 20s. And I feel like that's going to be the age in heaven. And I feel like if you stay at peace with God, you love God, you walk in obedience to God, you live your life for God, you pursue his will in your life, you keep a clean slate, short accounts, that emotionally, in your spirit and your soul, you feel like you're in your 20s. It's your body that, gives out, it wears out. But your soul lives forever, your spirit lives forever, so live forever in the promises of the Lord. He has gone before you into the land that he promised you. Go.